On this super live unboxing, we're going to take a look at something a little different. This is the iPhone 12 mini. And if you're new to this channel, well, we normally talk about audio stuff here, but today we're going to talk about this. Actually, if you're into audio, you think you're into audio, maybe you're into something like the Sony XM3s, you should subscribe to this channel because we might be able to blow your mind. But for now, we're going to stick to the iPhone. So I am primarily an iPhone user. And for the past couple of years, I've actually been using this guy, the iPhone XR, which it's a good phone. In fact, it's still, frankly, a great phone. Like, the build quality's solid on it. Battery life, 2 years later, still strong. And then performance, still pretty strong. But the problems that I had with this thing 2 years ago, and you can go back and watch my review, are the same problems I have with it now. It's just too big and too heavy. So, what I've been wishing for the past couple of years is that Apple would come out with a notched version of this phone. This is the iPhone 5. This was probably my last favorite iPhone, just so small, compact in the hand, and I love it. And I'm hoping that the iPhone 12 mini can be that. So in this video, this is just going to be a quick unboxing, and we'll do some size comparisons with my XR and my iPhone 5. As well, I've got a kitchen scale so we can weigh them, because that matters to me too. Not just how big is it in the hand, but how heavy does it feel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open up the box of the iPhone 12 mini, and then we'll do those comparisons and we'll get on with the show. So let's go for it. Here we've got that little box. And just for comparison's sakes, all right, here's our iPhone XR, way too big. The XR is actually big enough that it's taller than the box of the mini. Interesting. Then here's our iPhone 5, and you can see that it's a little bit smaller than the mini, but we don't need to speculate too much there. Let's go ahead and just crack this thing open. And also, I just wanted to call out one thing. I think it's nice that Apple basically makes it so that you can unbox your iPhone without ever needing a knife. Does that matter? Yeah, kinda. I don't know. It's kind of slick. Well, let's see what we got inside the box of this mini. So obviously we've got the phone on top, and I did go with the white color to go along with my white XR. Although you can see, well, you can see the color's a little bit different. Additionally, we get we get a SIM ejector tool, and we get an Apple sticker, which is great because I'm going to, I don't know, wear that every day. What do people do with these Apple stickers? I feel like I've got a bunch of them and I've got nothing to do with them because I don't really want to put a sticker on things. Unsurprisingly, we get a USB cable for charging this thing or syncing it or whatever you'll need to do. Frankly, I don't think I ever synced my iPhone 12 or my iPhone 10 to my computer. I've only ever used this cable for charging. And here, of course, you do get Lightning to USB-C. This is notable for a couple of reasons, because one, I mean, it's nice to go with USB-C even if it's not on the iPhone end of the cable. But it's also notable because, and you've probably heard this already, Apple is not including charging bricks inside the box. In fact, that is the extent of what is inside this box. And all previous charging bricks, or most previous charging bricks, in fact, the one that came with my XR, is not expecting a USB-C connection. So that's a bit of a bummer, but we'll deal with that later. And we'll start digging into this iPhone mini, which just on initial impression, this thing is about as compact as I had hoped for. Not quite as compact in the hand as the original iPhone 5, but I think this might be a pretty good compromise. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on. I'm not going to go ahead and log in and set up, because that's going to take a while and nobody wants to sit here and watch me do that. But we can at least do some size comparisons here with the mini and my XR. So I don't know, what do you think? Side by side, that is a pretty sizable difference. And then I'll throw in my iPhone 5 over here for comparison. I think it's definitely much closer to the iPhone 5 size, but it is also definitely a step above in size. Let's go ahead and line these things up on the left bottom edge so you can get a look at that. So it looks like we are about maybe 4 millimeters thicker on the width side and maybe about 6 millimeters on the height, but otherwise, I don't know, fairly comparable devices. And this might be the mini iPhone that I've been hoping for. Now let's go ahead and break out the scale. This might be now getting too nerdy for you, but like I mentioned, I don't like the size of this iPhone XR. Almost everything else about this phone is basically perfect for me, and there's no reason for me to replace it, but the size of it really does bother me. It's not just big in the hand, but there's this move, which I think a lot of you have probably done, where you hold the phone one-handed and you rest it on your pinky. Anyone else do that? That's my main way of one-handing this phone, and I literally think that this phone is heavy enough that it causes me pain in my pinky. Will this one cause me pain? Let's see. So, weight-wise, let's see if we can actually see this on the camera. Let's go ahead and turn on my scale. It's going to reset itself, sort of zero itself out, and we're going to weigh it in grams because we are international and because, well, grams is just kind of easier than ounces and stuff when you're dealing with this much. But let's go ahead and throw the iPhone XR on here, and we should get a rating of about 194 grams, which is, that's what this thing weighs. And that is, it turns out, 194 grams, it turns out is a little bit too heavy for me. The iPhone 5, let's see about that one, 112 grams. Did I just ruin my video feed? iPhone 5 is 112 grams, which, I mean, 190, that's, you know, minus like 40%. That's pretty significant. Now the iPhone 12 mini, 135 grams. So 192, 114, and 135, definitely much closer to the iPhone 5. And that, frankly, has got me pretty excited about this phone. So, I mean, that's your size comparisons and weight of the iPhone 12 mini. This is not a review, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to spend some time living with this phone, and I'll come back and I'll do a review of sorts. But because this is an audio focused channel, I'll probably give it a little bit of an audio focused spin, which frankly is kind of tough for iPhone, and we'll get into those details. But if you found this video interesting, please hit the like button. If you want to be around for the review, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be a part of the next live stream, right? What I like to do is I'll record these videos live, and at the end of the live stream, I'll have a little conversation with the folks that are watching live. If you want to be a part of that, I suggest subscribing to the channel and ding the bell so YouTube lets you know when I'm live. But otherwise, that's going to be the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.